in the event that anybody shows up, we're just doing some testing tonight. I thought I would bring you guys along. A lot of folks have asked, before about when you get a new material, how do you go about finding the correct settings for your machine? And so if that's a question you've been asking, then you'll get the answer tonight, because I got some brand new materials that I've never used before in here in the shop. And I've got the Rowmark. It's triple layer acrylic. So I've got two different colors. I've got the red, white, and blue. I've also got the stainless steel black and orange that we're going to be testing. So this is some materials that I've never used them before. A few weeks ago, I've never used these before, but a few weeks ago, y'all know I ordered some stuff from Lonestar. I liked what I got, and so I was looking through their catalog and I noticed this stuff, and I was like, you know what, that would be pretty cool. This, because red, white, and blue, of course, there's a lot of things you can make that are red, white, and blue, especially patriotic stuff. A lot of the high schools around here use those colors. So for high school hat patches and stuff. And this is actually that brushed stainless black and orange. And y'all know what I want to do with that. That's going to be some Clack Shack logos. So I got to come up with the settings for it. And instead of me just sitting here doing what I always do and nobody learning anything, I figured I'd bring you guys along and we'll do some testing. And if nobody, well, I put this on when I was outside earlier. My bad, Steve. It is 62 degrees in here, so it's a little nippy. But yeah, I just put this on when I was outside earlier there. It's a little cold out there, Steve. There you go. Is that better? So yeah, like I said, this wasn't something I really had planned. But it came in today. So I figured, what the heck. So there comes Callie. She's like, hey, somebody come to visit me. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So before we will, if you have any questions or anything, y'all throw them in the comment section. I'll try to look up every now and then and check those. But I'm going to move you down to light burn here. I've got the machine fired up. We'll be using the Omtech because that's the CO2 that I've got in line right now. If y'all want to see it on another machine, I'm going to test it with the CO2 first because that's what I plan on using it with. But if you want to see about what I can do with another machine, hopefully I got enough of it that we can do that. So we'll see how this goes. So going to go over here to the laser tools material test, of course. I'm going to scroll down through here and find my acrylic test. I'm just going to look at it and make sure. No, I don't like those settings. That must be for a diode. Hang on here. There we go. Cut test. So we can do a cut test first. That would be helpful. And we're going to start this at, see, we'll just put it at, let's see what, maybe 50 and 50. That should get me somewhere over in that corner. Let's see what it does. That is not the rubber one. Hang on. I'm just doing that in the corner. Did I get it backwards? Oh, I did get it backwards. Yeah, I keep forgetting this machine corners. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I got that backwards. So, we'll do it at 440 on the X. And what's that going to be? About 240 on the Y. Oh, I keep forgetting this machine corners back there. There we go. That looks more like it. come up just a fuzz. So 230. Move it over to the right some, and then we should be good. That way I can have a little scrap piece over there beside it. So this is going to run anywhere from 15 to 60. I think that's a little excessive. We'll change that down to about 30. The power is saying 80 minimum. I don't like that. So we'll go with this machine. If I go anything less than 35%, I don't get a good solid beam. So we'll go 35 minimum, 75 maximum. This machine is set up on the controller to limit the output to 75%. So even if I put 100% here, it's only actually outputting 75% of the machine's potential, in case any of you were wondering. Let's see here. Other than that, I think we're good on that. Text settings at 400. We'll run that down to 300 just to be sure. Not going to need that for this acrylic, I don't think. So we'll set that at 50 and 40. 127, fill all at one time. I think we're good on that. Border. I want to say 20 millimeters a second at 2 passes should cut this if all else fails. So, yeah, we're good on that. So here we go. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't set anything on fire. Like I said, I've never tried this stuff. So we'll figure out what happens. You can't really see a whole lot with that camera. So I'll go up here to the comments while we wait on this. I'm going to give it just a peek. Make sure I ain't starting fires over there. Well, I nailed the settings for the text. I'm talking about nailed it. So, all right, back to the comment section over here. James, what's up, fella? Mike Thompson, hello. Brent, how's it going, Brent? Everything working out for you? Said the red, white, and blues kicking your butt. What laser are you using? I'll test one similar to it. I'm getting a little bit of odor out of there. It does smell like acrylic. What is it? You know what I didn't do? I didn't set the focus on this machine. We'll see how well it is. I think the last time I used it, I was cutting acrylic, so should be close. Let's see. Good morning from the UK. Led Zepp 3331. Hello, how are you? Steve, what's up? How are you? I usually run air assist regardless, and that's just a matter of the health of the machine. It's not that it needs it. I have found sometimes I get a little better burn with air assist because it blows the soot and the dust off of the area being engraved. Oh, well, hello there. I should have got Wild Willow to come in here and show me how to use this stuff. I've seen a lot of her videos where she uses it on hats and stuff, so she'll probably tell me where I'm screwing up. Make sure we got everything going all right over here. I see now I'm gonna need some alcohol and a rag. I may have overkilled on this cut settings just a touch. A little excessive sparks over there. What's up, Chris? How are you, sir? Laying down under. Is a bird done built a nest in my venting, or is this stuff just loud? I just cutting it out. I was just making sure I wasn't fixing to set nothing on fire over there. It'd be kind of embarrassing. But I may have went a little hot. Yuck. Okay. Is it me or does this stuff turn into a fruit roll up when you cut it? Okay. It's not as sticky as it was. It was sticky. It felt like I was touching a fruit roll up when I got it off of there for a second. Okay. So overall, the cut settings were a flop, except for the one that I set for the outside. So it is going to take two passes. I'm gonna wipe it off and see how bad it looks once I wipe it. That got nasty looking. What's up, Callie? So yeah, I guess rubbing alcohol is okay with this stuff. Any experienced people in the house? Am I gonna ruin it using rubbing alcohol? Started using current positioning. Well, yeah, with I can send it over to the controller with this. I just it's I'm just stuck in my ways. Yeah, I don't know if maybe it was partly the problem of I didn't focus it correctly and I just ran it. But I mean, the good news is the what was supposed to be white actually turned back white once I cleaned it. And I got some holes through it. Okay, hang on. Be alive. So it's punching holes through it, as you can see. But it's almost like you run it through a sewing machine. Like it did not allow it to fall. So I'm gonna look at the kerf on this and try to figure out which way I want to go with it. Obviously, down in here, it's too hot. It's melting it a lot. You don't want to have a whole lot of melt because that's just going to look crummy. The beam does look very unfocused. Where I did the 2 laps with 20 millimeters a second, it actually cut it really smooth. I may have accidentally found it doing that. So let me let me update this. Let's get the screen back up here for you. So updating the overlay, that's the little backer off of it that fell off once I cut it. So let me just test something. Let me see here. I think I'm gonna just do the same test. Material test. I did not save that. Let's see. So 15 to 30. Material settings. I'm gonna set it to do 2 passes on this one. Just gonna do a 4 and a 4. Let's see what the power looks like on here. What did I set the border for a while ago? It was 20 at 100. So yeah, we'll leave that set to there. 2 passes. Yep. All right. So Y center. Let me run that back to about 200. X 400. Frame that out. So changes the 200 to 150. All right. Let me save that. So I'm gonna go over and manually move the machine out there, set the focus right quick. All right. Try one more time. Looks good. Send it. All right. We'll give it a minute. See what happens. Yeah, the cut actually turned out really smooth on this 2 millimeters, 20 millimeters a second. It's punching holes in the corners like it's a almost like I had constant power turned on, but it's not turned on the material settings. So I'm not sure what was up with that, but it did cut out good right here. So that's kind of where I'm trying to go with on this one. So let me check the comments. Okay, so I should have some LA Awesome or Dawn Power Wash. Yes, I didn't add that to my shopping list. I don't have either. I just use road alcohol on everything. It's okay until you got one of those little cuts on your finger. What's up, Glenn? How are you? Welcome to the show. Let's see what we got. Running the OGD1. Yeah, I haven't. The white would probably give a hard time for a blue diode. We can try it if we want. I'm pretty sure Wild Willow could probably tell us because I know she's got a couple of D1s as well. But I would imagine the white would be a little bit of a challenge. Doesn't look real thin, so it'd probably do okay with the right settings. But all right, let's make sure we ain't starting a fire. I had to glance over there. Minnesota Custom Made Barb says that her tricolor sheets arrived. Excited to run testing. Yeah, I haven't ever really used this stuff, but everybody else makes it look easy. They make some cool patches and stuff with it. And so I was like, I'm going to order some, get it in, and if I got time, play around with it and see what I can make. So we'll see what we got. We'll see what we can do with it. Johnny is asking what machine we're using tonight. I've got the Montech. What is that? Yes, somebody said something about a Monport. I've got the Omtech Polar Plus is the CO2 that I'm running for the moment. I've still got my P2. It's like right there under the CNC. But they sent me this Omtech Polar, and I've been running it and testing it for a while, just trying to see what it can do. Well, I got the cut right. Okay, we found out how to cut it. So pretty much any one of those settings that we just put in this power speed test will cut it. All the way up to 30. I probably need to go ahead and see how fast I can cut this stuff, just so I'll have it. So I'm gonna wipe this off, and I know I'm not keeping this. I just want to clean it to kind of get an idea of how bad it's going to stain or how bad it's not going to stain. I said I've never tried this stuff. It does feel remarkably like a fruit roll-up on the back when it gets warm. If any of y'all grew up during the era of fruit roll-ups would know that. Some of you younger folks probably are like, what is a fruit roll-up? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm digging the text. The text looks good. Got clean drops. No charring or scorching or anything around the edges of it. That's good. I'm also going to save these because I got to figure out exactly how to press them with my little cheap hat press I got over there, because I was not ready to spend $1,000 on a hat press. Not happening. Not for what I'm doing. If I was making hundreds of hats a month, maybe. But me making my hats to fool around with here in the shop, it's hard to justify that. So we went from 15 to 30 on that one. We're dropping it all the way up to 30. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. Stuff's making my nose itch. I'm going to go ahead and change this power and speed test. I'm going to leave it exactly the way it was, except I'm going to take the 30 out. I'm going to change it to 35 at the minimum, up to 50 as the maximum. We're going to leave everything else the same. I will save myself some trouble. See how tall this thing is. This thing is 75. So I need to come up 75 millimeters on the Y. So that'd be what, 65? Math not my strong suit. Everybody's familiar with that. So let's frame it and see what happens. Dang it, I need to go up about 20 more. Y center up to about 45. All right, so we focused it a while ago. Haven't restarted the machine. We're good to go on that. Send it. And we'll be back in a second. All right, so what we got over here? Whining, dining, and clacketing on the hospital. Okay, whatever. Not sure what that's supposed to mean, but sure. Yeah, y'all stay warm up there in Minnesota because Steve's saying it's supposed to get cold. Like Steve's out of work because it's too cold to go outside. So Wild Willow saying it works good on the D1. So that's good news for you there, Brent. That just means you're doing something wrong. So, prefer the D1 for the tricolor? Oh, I wonder if a D1 can engrave it. How about an F1 Ultra? That would be cool. If I could cut it and engrave it with the F1 Ultra. Stand by. We'll wait till that gets through. And I coincidentally have cut it almost in half with those tests. And we'll take a piece of it off and we will test it with the Ultra. See if that works. Stuff's loud though. Check my ventilation. Willow, Brent's asking, we're using the 10 or the 20 watt. I think she's got both. She says the 20. Stuff's getting loud. All right. So it's still cutting it. 2 passes at 50 millimeters a second. It's still cutting it. This is not hard to cut. But I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that I'm getting nice clean cuts at 50 millimeters a second, I think I'm just going to run that. That's plenty fast. And that way I know I'm going to get a good solid cut with no problems. So I may just run that. Actually, why is it burning in the corners a little bit? Those higher speeds. 35. Okay, it's burning in the corners just a little bit. I don't know what's up with my machine. I don't know if you can see it, but the corners are getting hotter, just like we saw earlier when I was trying to cut it and it was only punching through in the corners. Let me make sure something's not got screwed up here. Material settings, new speeds. Nope. Nope, air assist is on. Just running through my settings right quick. Make sure I ain't got something that's got turned on that would be causing me some issues with this. Unless my scanning. It should be messing with it. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the 30. Because it's cutting it clean between 20, 25, 30. Once you get on up in there, I'm getting these little extra burn marks in the corners. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, we're going to stick with, I think I'm going to stick with 30 just to be safe. So we'll do 30 on the cut. Let me get this piece trimmed. But now I've got this piece here that we can play with in the F1 Ultra. So let me cut it. So that's a little small piece. We can test it in the F1 Ultra. Clean it a little bit. All right, so while we're setting the other one up, let me check these comments for a second, make sure I ain't missing nothing. Green screen. Do you think the S120 watt will cut and engrave that? According to what Willow is saying, it should. We're fixing to test a 20 watt F1 Ultra. And if the F1 Ultra will do it on blue, then my answer would be yes. Christopher, anytime you're doing anything, the best bet is testing. If you can get somebody else's settings that you know works, then okay. So you're saying you use a white. Well, we're fixing to find out if the Ultra will do it. It's a very thin layer of white, so if I can burn through that quick enough, it may work. But you're while Willow's saying she uses the other colors, not necessarily with the white. But let's see. But yeah. All right, so let's see here. I've got wow, I haven't been in here in a while. So I got all kinds of stuff popping up. So I got a new project here. I haven't used it in a minute, so we may have updates and everything else because I haven't used this machine in quite a while there. Connected device, Wi-Fi. Should be an Ultra. There we go. Yeah. 1 point. Switch work area. No thanks. All right. So go ahead and get me a little measurement going on here. It should be around 3 millimeters, maybe a little higher because it's got a little bit of a twist to it, a little bit of a contour to it there. So when it's 6, whatever. Update the picture. There we go. All right, so do circles. So put me a little circle in here. And do I want to do a cut? Yeah, let's see if we can cut it first. So we'll do cut. Wait a minute. Let me change my material back here. There we go. Like I said, they keep moving stuff around on me. All right, so we'll use the settings for red. Red's probably going to be the toughest setting, so we'll go with the settings for red. Let me set my little circle here. It is do 8 by 8. Oop, I do need to take that out of there and put a. Well, I can cut it on that cutting bed. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Hopefully. Well, let me see. Do I got my little cutting bed over here anywhere? Stand by me to find a cutting bed. All right, refocus. Refocus. Because that way, if I don't cut all the way through, y'all won't go to screaming, it's because you ain't got a honeycomb. You ain't got a cutting bed under there. This little cutting bed did not come with the F1 Ultra. It came with another machine, but never fear. It should work. All right, where's my, see that I moved my stuff around. And I moved everything. Where's my applications? Material test. There we go. All right. Woof. All right. So we're on. Hang on. Can y'all tell I don't use this as much as I should? We're going to go to cut, blue light, speed 10, pass is 7. That's what they're saying? Okay. Well, we'll go with it. All right. It shouldn't take but a second. Material test array. Max 100. Minimum 80. Speed 8,000 millimeters a second. And that's a little excessive. We'll go 100. Minimum 30. All right. See what that does. I think my text is still on a cut too. Oh, I really need to start using this software more. All right, here we go. Now, lucky they still a score. All right, I kind of got it set up. Kind of, sort of. I hope you can see through it. There you go. Somewhat. My camera's USB's not quite long as I need it. But as you can see, it is actually cutting. So can you cut it with a blue laser? Absolutely. Does it create a candle-ish flame inside an F1 Ultra? Absolutely. But so far, it's cutting it. All right, so look at my little stick. All right, so the 95 and 100% power, probably a little hot down there on the bottom. But it looks like this plastic on the back is messing with me. You know what? I'm fixing to pull that off. It's about to fall off anyway. So let me get these little bits out of here. So yeah, we did cut it. So there we go. Now I got a little damage from the flame, looks like right there. See if it's just no, that was a little too hot right there because it actually caused it to damage the material a little bit. Other than, if you look at the back, what I got going on is it's cut the acrylic on those next line of holes up there, but you can see the that adhesive is clear-ish, and so it didn't cut it, and so the adhesive is holding the little pieces in place. So in order to cut through the adhesive, I've got to go down to right here at 30 and 80. Is where I'm getting through that. I could probably bring the power down a little bit. So let's do that. Let's back this up and create another one. So it's 100 and set the minimum at 30. So we'll set the max on this one at 50. Well, and then we'll set the minimum at 25. And then the speed, we're going to go, oh, wait a minute, I did 180. What am I looking at? Power is going to be 80, 50. There we go. Speed, we'll go from 100 down to 20. All right, so let me get this back over here. Take me a new picture. All right. I'll swap y'all over to the other camera where you can see what's going on. Well, you got to hit the start button first over here on XCS, guys. There you go. It's a little better view. Got out of that corner right there. So I'm hoping that the adjustments that I made to the speed is going to give me a smoother cut with less burn, and even get through that clear adhesive on the back. And it looks like we're doing it, but it's a lot of passes. But I'm going to be honest with you, that's better with this machine because it doesn't have air assist, obviously. It's better to do a whole bunch of passes to keep to keep from starting a fire, because you don't really want to start a fire. That little bit of a flame from the gases and stuff burning as it comes out of there, I'm not really concerned about that. It's far enough from anything; it's not hurting nothing. But you don't want a fire that sticks around after the laser moves on. That's not good. Yeah, Willow, leaving the paper on, if it were an option, I would have, but it was falling off already, and the laser wasn't cutting through it either. So I don't know how much help it was actually being. So I'm good with it this way, especially on that little piece that we're testing with. All right, let's see what happens. Sticky. All right. Yes, this stuff gets sticky. I'm gonna knock some of these out if I can. Yeah, the clear adhesive is holding them in there still. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna land. Right there about, I'm gonna call it 70, which is gonna be right between those two. So I'm gonna say we're gonna go 70 on that. Yeah. You can go with these other settings, but the problem is you're gonna have it. It's this adhesive is not cutting. So I could probably set it on the bed of the laser and get it to do it, but it's liable to just get it hot and melt something. So I'm gonna call that 70. So let me how many passes did it say it was doing? 7. Yeah, 7 passes. All right, so let's get down here and let's do some material settings. So let me go over here, just create a shape so I can get a material settings to come up. Ah. There we go. What? No, sir. All right, I'm where's my little button? They have, I got to sign in. That is unfortunate that I got to sign in. But that's exactly what's going on here. All right, give me a second, guys. Apparently, I've got to sign in. This is terrible. Let me write this down because it's probably going to sign me out. So let me write 7 passes. 7 times. And we're going to go with 20 millimeters a second, 70%. So let's see here. Go back to the home. Log in. I don't even know what my password is. All right, it's gonna take a second, guys, because I don't know what my password is, if I even have one anymore. All right. I'm jumping through hoops, guys. Jumping through hoops, trying to get my password recovered. I don't recall having to do this before. All right. So it appears that I got in there. So, all right. So, here we go. Boom. Rowmark. Let's see. How do I want to type this? Oh, did I just? I did. Okay, this is new. All right, so let me create this appropriately. I want to start using this software a little more often. 70% power, 20 millimeters a second, 7 passes. All right, now hit the save button. Jeez. Let me do it this way. New. That is not. There we go. Oh dear. Did I just put that as a. I just might as well quit. This software is kicking my butt today. And it won't let me edit it, will it? No, will not. Jeez. I might should have opened the software up before I went to cut. Selecting cut. Blue light. At least we're going to go over this process. 70, 20, 7 passes. All right. So, well, let me change my picture yet? No. There we go. Finally. All right. So now I need to do some engraved testing. All right. So let me change that to an engrave. 7 by 7. Y'all got me over here on this blue laser now. Those are actually just adapters. Hang on. Those are just adapters, and I've got one hose, and I just swap it from machine to machine because I didn't feel like running 3 hoses. But I got a right there, a VVOR 4-inch VVOR fan, and right now it's hooked to the F1. And then I just swap it. I 3D print those little adapters, and it just literally the hose just slides up on that and kind of slides over part of it and inside the other part, and it just kind of holds itself in there. So, yeah, that's what I got going on with that. So it's just very simple setup. All right, so let's try to get this right this time. Jeez. All right, so there we go. Got it. Got engrave set. I need to measure my material because I took the honeycomb bed out of there, or cutting surface, whatever you want to call the thing. So it should be measuring it again. It said 6 millimeters earlier, so 5.1. It's not quite as warped as it was earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and update my camera settings there. My camera. And now we're going to do a material test array. I don't know how much it's going to take the white off of this. I don't think it's going to take a lot. So we're going to do 0 to 30. And I'm going to say 500 millimeters a second to 100 millimeters a second. Yeah. We'll see what that does. Let me resize this now. Oh, it will. Sweet. So I'm going to put that right near the edge. So hopefully I can do 1, 2, maybe like at least 4 if I need to. So we'll process this one. I wonder if I can. No, I got this other camera hooked over here. All right. So hit start. We swap y'all over to the other camera. So that very top row is 500 millimeters a second. The very bottom is going to be 100 millimeters a second. And it's going from 10 to 30% power left to right. So as you can see, the slower is giving me a little bit of too much burn. But I feel as though I should find me a setting in there. Why does that one look so big? Is it the lid making it? No, it's because it almost caught on fire. That's why it looks like that. All right, let's go look at the settings. Hey, what do you know? I found blue. I found blue. That's good. Oh, yeah. Let me spray it one more time. Make sure I got it right. So I don't know how well you can see it, but I kind of got in the red a little bit right there too. So yeah, actually that's pretty red. It's not as bright as I thought it would be, but it's close. All right, so down to put these settings in. So let me get rid of this. All right, so I'm gonna change my material. Why is it? Did it put mine? It didn't put mine in there. Okay. Let's see here. We're Now y'all saw me put this in here a minute ago. There it is. So I'm gonna have to put it in there. Why can't I edit the one that's already in there? Oh. I see. All right. So here we go. Engrave. User defined. So we're gonna go with we'll put blue in there first and we'll check it and make sure I got it right. So it looks like the best blue that I'm gonna get is gonna be 200 on the speed. Well, I don't know. 300 looks pretty good. We'll go 300 on the speed. Power is going to be 30. And of course, one pass. So Let me make this a little bigger. I'm gonna put it over here on the work area, and we'll just confirm that it works. Let me put my material back in there. Alrighty. All right, come here. So I'm just gonna put that right there. That's with the settings that we just pulled off of that piece of material. So this should give us a blue engrave according to the settings that we just came up with. So let's see what we got. Start. Ah, my bad, guys. Y'all didn't get to see that. Hang on. So there you go. So that is about as blue as you could ask for. It's nice and clean. I could probably, somebody hid the alcohol. I could spray it a little bit there, maybe wipe it and see. Make sure the blue doesn't come off. Oh no, it's actually got a little texture to it too. That's pretty awesome. So there we go. Got the blue. So we can save this as blue. So down to the screen for a second. We hit OK. That setting is in here, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to hit save. And see, this is where I kind of like the way Burns Library works, because I could just add a sub setting to this material. Now I got to remember exactly how I put this in here. So we'll just do Rowmark. I think I did red, WHT, and BLU. But the problem here is this is, I can make different colors with this material. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put, I guess, a dash, and then I'm going to put blue for the color of the engrave. Maybe that'll work. Let's see if I can see it when I see. There's the problem. Because I can't, it's cutting off. Yep, that's not going to work. Manage settings. Wait a minute. Can I do it from here? Will it? No, that's just letting me edit them. Well, isn't this a pickle? We can rename it. All right, let's try a different naming. So we'll do Rowmark RWB. We'll do it that way. See if that works. So I'm going to go in here and rename this one. Okay, so that works. Now I can actually see, got Rowmark, red, white, and blue with blue. So yeah, there we go. That worked. All right, so now let's see what other color we can come up with here. I got the red to kind of show through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave everything else as the same, looks like. Go 100 on my speed. Well, let's do another speed test. Let's do another speed test just to make sure. I don't know exactly how red this stuff gets. So we'll do an 8x8 circle. I'm going to do material test. All right, we're going to set the speed. We'll start at 200. On the max, the minimum, set it at 50. That may be a little hot. And then we're going to go 40 down to 15 because I'm not having any effect below 15. So I'm going to go 15 there. And we'll actually crank this up to 50. So, all right, let me put this material back in there. Woo! All right, taking a picture again. So this stuff's actually doing pretty good on the. I'm starting to think that the F1 Ultra may be my machine for this. It's doing a pretty good job of it. Even cuts it, which was surprising. Make this one a little bigger. All right. Let me swap the cameras around where y'all can see what happens. Okay, that may have been a little too hot on that right side right there. That 50% appears to be causing some pretty intensive flame. So probably going to have to back that down just a little bit. I may have even went all the way through it. It's hard to say. Yeah, we're making a melted mess, guys. So I'm going to hold off on that. Yeah, that was turned into a melted mess. So, so, so we're gonna have to back down the power on that. That is ridiculous, ridiculous. All right, so all right, let's back up and punt on that one. That was a little unreal. So let me get this backed up. All right. So we definitely do not need to go. Let's see, max percentage. We don't need to go past 40. So we'll do 40 down to 15. Speed. Okay, I think this is where I screwed up. We'll do 300 down to 100. All right. Let's see what happens this time. But yeah, that got to be a mess. Let me clean this off because it looks bad. Now that it's solidified again, I looked in there and there was little pools of melted acrylic in there. All right. So what y'all talking about in the comments? Let me try to catch up. Yeah, Fusion, there's a learning curve on Fusion now. You're the first to admit that. So let me see if I can put it. I don't know. We'll leave it right here. It's kind of small. All right. Just give me an idea what my settings are. I need to find, let's see, what's supposed to be red, white, and blue. We found blue. White is obvious. You just leave it alone. So I'm looking for blue at this point. Or no, red. Found blue, looking for red. We find red, we'll quit. Oh. Other camera. Okay. All right. That worked. Yeah. All right. Don't go too hot. See what we did earlier? That was earlier. But look, all right. Well, where's that? Right there. Found red. So we got it. That last shot, we got it. So let me get you back down to the screen and we'll see about this. See if we got red. So let's take that one. Well, no, that's actually in the picture. Here I am trying to click it. Let's see. Circle. All right. So we're going to go with, according to this test we just did, 150 speed, 40 power. So we'll put 40 power, one pass. It's going to be an engrave. 150 and 40. All right, let me put my material back in there. See if I can find red now. This is why I like the camera on the Ultra. I wish more machines did it. Watch this. This is freaking awesome. So I'm going to put my little dot right there. We've got our settings, 40% output, 150 millimeters a second. We're going to go ahead and run that. All right. Let me swap y'all over so y'all can see what we got going on. That's a lot bigger circle than I thought I put on there. Yeah, I didn't intend on that circle to be that big. My guys, my bad, guys. The good news is it appears to be red. All right, let me give you the screen back here. Watch this right here. This is why I like this camera. I'm going to take a picture before we move anything. All right. So look at that. Awesome. Okay, a little hot. All right, so I got red. But I don't know if it's the LPI or just going too slow. But it's a little hot, so it's kind of got like a black to it. And it's not supposed to have a black to it. So we're going to back that down. It got a little warm on me too. So I'm going to say probably, look at the settings here. This is 150 millimeters a second earlier. 150 at 40. That's what I ran. So we'll run 150 at, no, we'll run 200 at 40. I'm going to make this circle a little smaller. All right. All right. Put it right there. Uh-oh. Wah, 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 wah. I got blue again. Dang it. Okay. All right, so that gave me blue for some reason. So my guess was incorrect. So let me go back with what we had it at, which was 150. Maybe it's just because it was so big at 40% power, but we'll back that down to 35% power. Maybe that'll help. Take another picture here. Oh, chicken and dumplings done got my heartburn acting up, guys. Yeah, I haven't tried the IR. I don't know. I'm going to try it in a minute. I want to get all these settings first, obviously, so I can. We'll have to play with that. Because this is a 20-watt IR also. If I really want to do it without burning it, I can use the Omni, but it's going to be a lot slower. I can tell you that. So let's see what we got going. Got blue again. What the? Well, I'm good at making it turn blue. Blue is an easy one to get. So let's see if we can get some color other than blue. I guess maybe it was because it was so big earlier that it did that with the red. Because if you look, there's the red I got earlier. Is it 150 and 40? So there's 150 and 40. I wonder 125 and 40. Let's just do 150. Oh, wait, wrong box. 40 and 150. It is set to 200 lines. Let's go 120. Let's see what that does. I don't know why it was set to 200. That's a little, maybe a little much. We'll try this and see. Seriously, snot won't turn red. Let me go back to 200. What's the deal here, Pickle? All right, so let me slow it down to 125. Let me move that over. All right, here we go. Finally. It's about time. All right, so I got red on this size shape, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think that the bigger the shape, the more heat builds up in it with the blue laser. I'm gonna start getting that black again, because I think that's what happened earlier with here, was it just got so hot in the middle that it kind of cooked it. Or maybe that's you know what? Now that I look at that, that could be a little bit of blue leave. That might not be black. Could be a little bit of that blue got left in there. So we'll test this setting one more time here and make sure that that's right. I'm gonna make the circle a little bigger just to be sure, and then we're gonna do a shape with it, see if I can make it work. All right. So back to the screen. I'm gonna stop for a second here in just a minute. Well, it's not metal. It does have a little bit of a curve to it, but with this machine on blue laser, focus isn't that critical. Now, if it was one of the the fibers, then yes. But this F1 Ultra is pretty forgiving on the blue laser side of things when it comes to focus. Even though it's a little bit off, it shouldn't change it too much, because it's only raised up a little bit. Maybe it's raised up maybe a millimeter at the most. If anything, being out of focus sometimes can be a benefit to you. All right, let's see what this does. Let's see what we get going. Made that one kind of big again. We'll see if this lower setting makes it red all the way through, because earlier it had that little bit of blue in the middle. I can tell you it looks like it's the same color as the one next to it through that lid, so that's probably a good sign, because I know the one right beside it is red. Wesley, a second pass probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. That's just, I mean, if I can, because if I do a second pass at these settings, I'm pretty sure it's going to get so hot that it's going to turn into a puddle, because this stuff's getting warm as it is. All right, looks like it's about done. Yeah, I got a little bit of smoke above the cut on that one. It got a little hot. So yeah, it's a balance with that red on the on the blue diode anyway. The bigger the area is, the more heat builds up in it. It's holding that heat. The blue is easy to get. The blue settings it's because all you really got to do to get to the blue is just get through that white layer and you're on the blue. But then you got to get through the blue layer to get to the red, because the red is the actual color of the material. And so there's a possibility if I ran the blue settings and I did 2 passes, maybe I could keep the heat down and dig through there enough, especially if I could run a crosshatch. This thing will let me run a crosshatch on it. So let's play around with that for a second. So let me get your screen back up there for you, because I got to keep the heat out of it, because it's not liking the heat. This blue laser is going to get it hot quick. So doing, actually that was at 125. How did I get to 125? I did that earlier, didn't I? So we'll go estimate 200 at 2 passes, 40% power. Yeah. Make this circle a little smaller. All right. We'll see what this does, because it's getting, that base layer is getting really hot, and that's what's causing the discoloration. It's also getting so hot it's cracking the white. So we'll see if this fixes it. Maybe I'll at least get close. Nice. All right. So, yeah, it got hot. It's not holding as much heat doing it that way. I did get red without any burning. It had a little bit of a gloss to it in the middle, like it was almost like it was still melted, but I think that was just some kind of, I don't know, coating that got melted. So that's it right there by the 80. It's not bad, especially for a guess. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So let's see what else we can come up with. What's up, Fluffy? Fluffy's kind of chunky, so she has to come down the steps really carefully as to not just stumble all the way to the bottom. All right, so we got that done, and that setting we're going to need to set in here. All right, so let me do it like I did the other one. Rowmark RWB, and this one's going to be, I got to put a dash in there. So, okay, that works. All right, so now let's go put the material back in there right quick. All right, so let me update my camera here. Get rid of that. All right, do I have a flag? Let me see if I got a flag. That would be cool. Wait a minute. No, I got, yeah, flag would be the easiest one. Let's see here. Eagle flag. I don't know if this is going to be a good one. This is going to be very complex. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make that look good. You know what? Let's don't get fancy. Let's just do it this way. So I'm going to do one circle. That's right, circle. Wait a minute. Where'd my, okay, hang on. Engrave. So I'll make this one red. All right. Copy that one. Paste it over here. So I got that one at red. That one at blue. All right. Let's see. Import. Oh, I see what I can do. I see what I can do. Heck yeah. All right. Ungroup. Wait a minute. Release compound vector. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that did not work. Hang on. If I, no. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. All right. So I'm just going to do this one. What color is that one? That was a red. So we'll do this one red. Copy. Paste. Because that way I can look at the text and stuff and see what it does here. Blue on that one. So that ought to give me a good idea of what to expect from it. Let's see what happens. Let me get you guys over to the other camera. So let's hope this works, guys. So that one up there, I'm hoping is the blue one because it looks blue from here. And then the one down below it's going to be red. So hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, that was gonna hopefully be red. The first pass it was blue, now it's red. That one's gonna be blue. Yeah, that red. It's blue the first pass, and then it turns red the second pass. So. All right. So, other than my one little spot where I almost started a fire, the ones we just did came out really well. So, yeah, there's that. Steve sent me a flag. I really want to try it. So, I think I'm going to try to, I think we're going to try to see if I can get that flag to import. Let me get off screen for a second where I can get that imported. I saw it on my phone. Oh, it's actually an XCS file too, Steve. How helpful that is. All right. All right. So let me get this window closed, and we'll go back to XCS. We'll see if we can't get this to work. Let me put my material back over here. All right. I put my little cutting surface in there to kind of hold this stuff flat. I got it hanging out the edge. It's trying to lift up on me a little bit. So we're going to import Steve's image that he just sent me. If I can find it, hang on. Well, I may have to drag and drop it. Stand by. Drop file here. Okay. Not really needing these settings to be what they are. So we're going to, wait a minute. Oh, no, we're about that saving. Update our image here. So we'll bring this down to there. All right, while I'm here, I need to offset. Where did they move it? There it is. Offset externally. Okay, it's taking a minute. Just thinking about it. Okay, come on. Okay, that is not happening. So We try to group them, then offset. Okay, you know what? We're not going to use the offset tool. We're going to just go ahead and we're just going to make a rectangle. And we're going to hope that it's close. All right, and we'll set that to a cut. Let's see if I can set my material here. Oh, well. Nope, not going to do that. Rowmark, red, white, and blue. Set for a cut. All right, now we need the blue layer. Let's see the red layer. Let's see the red layer. Red layer needs to be an engrave with red. Is that yellow? Those are white. So we'll just do the blue layer is blue. And then the yellow should just not be engraved at all. So I guess I need to take the yellow and delete that. Now, where did my... Yep. Cut. All right, so we'll need... Okay, it's not gonna let me sort it. So here we go. I am rusty. All right. Let's see what happens. So far, it appears to be doing okay. It's hard to tell if the color's correct through that cover, but it looks to be correct if you compare it to the blue to the left of it there. I will say this, the clarity of the F1 Ultra on this stuff, those little stars, pretty crisp. So I may have to use the Ultra on this stuff, guys. Willow may have been onto something saying she uses the blue lasers and does a better job. So I may have to use this little guy because the clarity that I'm getting on it is pretty awesome. So everybody give Steve a shout out for the file. I see somebody's telling me he did a good job there. So yeah. Ooh, that light gets bright coming off of that thing when it's doing that red, even through that cover. So I'm just going to sit over here and let it do its thing, watch it through the camera. And catch up on the comments. What did I do last week, Jack? Did you hear what Clack did last week? What did I do last week? I got an award. I wish my wife didn't care what I was doing in the garage all evening. Well, Brent, after about 32 years of marriage, if I go in the house, she'll make me come back out here. Well, we take that back. We didn't get married 32 years ago. We were dating 32 years ago. We didn't get married until like, I think it was 4 years later. 1997. That's when we actually got married. We started dating in 1993. Or was it 92? 93. Yeah, it was like May of 93, I think it was. Well, Mark, if I don't know exactly why it wouldn't do that, because if this computer should not be struggling with anything, it could have been because of the complexity of the design or something. I don't know, but yeah, I got 64 gigs of RAM, and now I have got an older processor, so that could be a problem. But yeah, Wesley, I ordered it from Lonestar. I can put a link in there in just a second. Let me minimize some stuff. I'm not affiliated with them as far. I don't have an affiliate account or nothing like that with them. Lonestar is a from what I know, from what I have seen, it's basically a small business of sorts, and I've had really good luck with them so far. I haven't had any issues. Everything I've ordered came in promptly, good shipping, nothing was damaged. The guy that I guess runs the place or owns the place or whatever, he's messaged me, and he even said thanks for using his his material in the videos and stuff, which I think is cool of them. To and anytime, like just like with Cody with the CNC bits or whatever, if it's a small company, kind of like the rest of us guys, that especially has a good attitude and likes to be a team player of sorts, I'm all about supporting them, even if they're in the same business as I am, i.e. Steve. I mean, I support other people. I support those who support me and support you guys. It's not a competition. It's collaboration. It's cooperation. We're all in it for the same purpose for the most part. So not trying to hurt anybody. But yeah, so this guy, like I said, there's other places you can get it. The material is actually called Rowmark, and so I mean, I'm sure somewhere maybe you have to be a distributor or whatever to get it. I don't know, but there's probably other places you can get it. But I bought some leatherette from them. I liked it, and so when I ordered this, I ordered it from Lonestar, just because I do have a JPP account. I've got several wholesale accounts, but the thing with me ordering from a wholesale account with a lot of you guys are you're hobbyists. You don't necessarily have a business, and you're not set up necessarily to be buying from wholesalers, because like a lot of these places, you have to give them your EIN number and all that to validate your business status before they'll sell to you as wholesale. So with Lonestar, they are one of those companies that you don't have to be a business to buy from. So, there's that. But like I said, I don't know JPP and all the other places. I do know I did have to confirm some stuff with them. I don't know how strict they are on that or whatever, but Ooh, I forgot I was cutting this. I'm going to scorch my little bed. Oh, it's going to scorch my bed up. I'm going to have to clean it. Luckily, I'm using the blue laser, so it's not going to mark the bed. Oh, flame detector. Gotta hate that thing. Well, that is very unfortunate, guys. See if I can get it to continue. Okay, that worked out better than I hoped. Looks like it's mostly through there. This is the only part that is kind of worrying me with, is because it's curling up and it's probably going to scorch it and mess up my flag. So I'm probably going to have to get some tie downs, or remember next time to put it on a cutting surface. I think I'm used to stop it just to make sure it doesn't melt it. It looks like it's loose. So we're gonna cancel that job. See what happens. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get me a little plate or something to hold this stuff still, so it doesn't curl up like that is bad. But I think I got it off there in time, but it didn't hurt it. Just a little soot. And I'll tell you another thing that probably wouldn't hurt, even though this machine doesn't have air assist. I'll give you a little secret. You can run an airline over there and with like a little hose and a blower, especially if it's something small like this, and you can actually blow it with air just from a straight up from a 1/4-inch piece of pipe, and it keeps the flames down so you don't get that scorching. I'll have to show you guys that one day. Might do a little video on a makeshift air assist for an F1 Ultra. So there you go. There we are. Woohoo! Yeah. Look at that. Turned out nice. It's just the right size for, I don't know, a hat or a beanie or something. I got to figure out how to work my little hat press over there. Yeah. That worked out nicely. So there we go. F1 Ultra did the job. And y'all got me pure off of my Omtech over there. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. Well, I kind of want to get a piece of this orange, black, and silver over there now. How long have we been doing this? It's almost 2 hours. Yeah, guys, we may have to save the other. We haven't have to save the other for tomorrow night. What's tomorrow night? It's tomorrow night Tuesday. Well, let me check. I have to check to see if anybody's got any lives. I don't want to step on nobody's toes with that. But yeah, the Rowmark. Oh, by the way, Steve, appreciate the file. You think I ain't saving this? You're crazy. So I'm fixing to save this. I'm fixing to save this project. Let me go and find me a save location for this, because this is a pretty cool little flag you got there, Steve. I appreciate you. Good way to support the channel. y'all go give Steve a like, follow, a subscribe, thumbs up, something for supporting the Clack Shack with this file. I'm gonna rename it though, because it's not going on stainless steel. U.S. flag on Rowmark RWB. There we go. Yeah, that's why. Wow, that's why I got it, because I saw that stainless steel with the black and the orange. And I was like, I gotta have some of that. So, but I've got it up here. Oh, I could get me a little. Let me break a piece of it off. We're gonna try it real quick. Great edge. All right. What's the chances the same settings work on this that worked on the red, white, and blue? What do y'all think? 10%? 20%? What do you reckon? I mean, other than the color of it, it's the same material. There's no way we get that lucky. I gotta try. Brent says 0 to none. I don't know. I mean, it might work. The thicknesses are the same. The only difference is this color is a polished stainless finish, but the other one was white too. You know what? No guts, no glory. Let's see what happens. If this don't work, we'll just do it later. See you there, Wild Willow. Well, guys, if you hadn't already, go check out her channel. I'm sure most of you probably already have. She does a lot of the stuff with this Rowmark. She's the probably professional with this. So, yeah. Why is it? What are we waiting on? Is it sent to the machine already? I didn't hear the beep. Guys, there's black. So it's supposed to be orange, black, and the metal look. So, but now that was on the flag, that was the blue. So this should be just one pass. So that should leave that black. The stripes, if the settings work, the stripes should be orange for this material, because this material, instead of red, white, and blue, this is like a brushed stainless steel with black and orange, but the lowest color being the orange. So if this works, then yeah, we'll have orange right there. But it's going to take 2 passes. That's what I've got it set to run on the. Ooh, a little flamage going on right there. I can see orange through there, but it looks like it's a little too hot. And that where it looks like it's got a line in it, it's not actually a line. That's part of that cover. Just kind of making it do that, I think. Yeah, because if you look, everything in there looks like it has that crease in it or whatever. It actually looks like it might be working. Well, Brent, looks like you might have been wrong. It might be working. Let's see what we got on here. But yeah, guys, like I said, I've been trying to get some different materials out there. Brent Shepard there, he actually is one of the ones that told me he liked the materials and that he used it a lot. And of course, I saw some of Willow's videos that she does. I can't even remember her real name. I can't remember. But anyway, she does a lot of videos with it. She does some pretty cool designs and hat patches and stuff with it. So I saw everybody else having fun with this material, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try some of it to see how it does. And so far, it's doing a good job. Like I said, the orange, if this orange and black actually works and I don't have to test it, I'm going to be really happy because that's going to save me a pretty good bit of material. And this stuff was not cheap. No, I don't think it's, I can't remember. I don't think that's it. I'm wanting to say it was, don't make me lie. I can't remember. I can remember the name of the channel. That's it. Emily, that's it. Steve for the win. All right, Steve for the win. There you go, Steve. But yeah, it's making it orange, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little impressed with our guesswork there. Because like I said, I was looking at it and it's the same thickness of material and everything. Let me go turn this CO2 off. I think I'm gonna start using this machine for this stuff. At least until I have time to sit down and really test the CO2. I'm sure the CO2 will do a good job of it too, but I'm getting some pretty good results as far as the definition with the Galvo machine. And I really want to take a few small pieces of it also and test it on the Omni. Mark, I don't know where you got Amanda from. Maybe that was, I don't know, childhood sweetheart, secret crush. I don't know where that name came from. But I knew it was something that was familiar to me. And my youngest daughter's named Emily. So that's why it sounded familiar. That little wrinkled looking spot's really messing with me. Not trying to make you drunk. There you go. Got that wrinkle. Well, it's mostly out of it. It's where that cover wraps around. It's got that little crease right there. It's kind of like making it bend the image. Or actually, that may actually be where I didn't cut it in exactly a straight line. Never mind. That's where my straight edge slid. So it's looking good. A lot of glues you have over there. Oh, that's Steve. If you saw my glues and stuff, that's Steve's fault. Steve comes out with a new flavor of glue every week that's a must-have. And so every time Steve's like, yeah, you need some of this in your shop, if you're going to be doing this, I run out and buy more glue. And then the next week, he's like, yeah, if you're going to be doing this, you need some of this glue. So I run out and buy more glue. So Steve's got like a glue addiction. Nice, can't stay, but want to stop by and drop a like. Well, thank you there, Keith. Appreciate it. We're just testing some new material. I'm about to wrap it up. It looks like we found out what we needed to find. I mean, I don't know how much more orange I can get that. As long as it cuts it, and it should. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was cutting the woo, Lord, I need a flamethrower off in there. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. False alarm. All right. Got it. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, that is the only. Oh, that is irritating. I know one thing I'm fixing to be doing here in just a minute. Gonna get through that first layer. If it'll get through that first lap, maybe it'll get through there. Cat, what is wrong with you? All right. All right. I think that's about it. It's about cut. All right. So cut settings definitely need to be messed with. Probably what I need to do is just set it at a whole bunch of passes really, really fast to keep the flaming down. But altogether, it cut it out. Fighting with that flame sensor though. So that is going to be something I'm going to have to work on with this material, especially is just going fast enough that the flame alarm don't go off every time. But as far as the colors go, yeah, it worked. Little bit of overburn from where the flames were, but it appears to be coming off fairly easy. I got the black and I got the orange. The only problem I have is it melted a little bit of it and got it up on the silver. So, but all in all, that worked. I do think I want to change the settings for the cut though. Let's put this back over here for a second. So let's do all right. So I had that set at 70. Oh, hang on, y'all can't see what I'm doing. I had that set at 70% power on the cut, speed of 20 millimeters a second at 7 passes. So I think what I'm going to do is turn the power down to about 40. Leave the speed at 20. I think I want to turn it up to about 15 passes to be able to do that. So let's see here. Da, da, da. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Red. Nope. Blue. Nope. All right. So I think I'm going to do that. Let me shrink this thing down. Take another picture. Just want to see if I can cut it. I guess I could have just run the whole thing. Why not? Just do a little tiny one. We'll just do a tiny one. Let me put it right there so it'll cut on the material. All right. All right, so we got my cut set to blue light, 40% power, 20 speed, 15 passes. That's going to be, it's going to take a little longer, but if I can keep the heat down and keep the flame down, that would be nice. BV, yeah, it should. You know, like I said, this is a 20-watt blue diode that I'm using here. It's a Galvo, but this is a 20-watt blue diode, the F1 Ultra. So yeah, a 40-watt, 20-watt diode should easily do this. Now you're going to have to do some settings, figure some settings out. If enough people are interested in doing settings with it, then I got the 40 watt. I don't have a 20 watt, but we can play around. Yeah, look at this flame. They're going to give me an airline. Hang on. I ain't got one that long. Oh, booger. To be honest with you, wouldn't be surprised if that thing don't get turned off. All right. I bet there's a bunch of y'all trying to figure out how I kept the flames from popping up there at the end. We're going to get those of y'all that don't know. There's a redneck air assist right there. I just barely pushed the button. Just enough to get me a little wind going. Right there where that lens was cracked at a little bit. Got a little airflow. So, yeah. I didn't have a long enough piece of hose where I'd set one up, but I will be, for this material, I will be 3D printing me an air assist nozzle for this thing. Yeah, that's coming. The only downside to using the leaf blower like that is I had to have the lid cracked about that much, and it stunk up the room. But I will be making me a little miniature air assist adapter, but instead of having it point, like having it blow the air in like a point, I'm going to have a slit to where you basically screw it onto the cutting surface or attach it to the cutting surface, and it blows a line of air across there. But you want to get it to where you got to make sure your material's not going to move. So I may have to use some painter's tape to hold my material down or something. But yeah, so there we go. Tiny miniature orange, black, and silver flag. That camera doesn't do as good as this one. So, got that done. Oh, I done tried to do my logo on here already. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I'll have to work on the logo, get it all set up. We're not gonna stay here all night. That's been plenty long enough. We're 2 hours and 12 minutes. But yeah, it turned out really good. I'm pleased with that. Like I said, this one turned out good. Had a little bit of scorching in a couple of those corners where it got a little too hot. But I will be engineering myself a air assist cone-ish, like an air assist. I don't know if I call it cones because it's not going to be a cone shape. But I will be engineering myself an air assist for this machine. And when I do, it will hopefully help prevent the flame alerts from going off. I'm going to leave this one, take the sticky back off of it. That way I can have this one for show and tell. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, but got a little bit of discoloration in this back corner right here. That's it. Other than that, it looks good. The red, white, and blue one that we did, it came out awesome. And then of course I got the baby one right there. So what do you think about it? What y'all think? Pretty good? Let me turn this machine and everything off over here. Oh. Air assist gets loud. But yeah, that was pretty interesting as far as the testing goes, guys. I like the material. Really happy with the way it come out. I do think with the F1 Ultra, like I said, you're definitely gonna need some kind of air moving around inside there to keep the flames down with this material. Since this took so long tonight, I'm not going to test it with the other machines, but stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit that button because when I get a chance, I'll try to test it with some of the other machines too, if that's something y'all are into. So let me know if you're into testing it with different machines. And if I got one in here, we might do it. I will tell you that from Lonestar, the stuff it's not cheap by no means. It's like $35 for the 12 by 24. So it's not cheap. So that's one reason why I felt like doing this testing for you guys would be beneficial, because now you kind of got an idea of where to go, especially if you've got an F1 Ultra. Now you basically have the settings that I used. And like I said, I was going to test it with the Omtech, but after hearing Wild Willow saying that she used the diodes and liked the diodes with it, I figured, what the heck, we got the F1 Ultra sitting right there, so we'll use it. But you never know. Will you roll down to 225 tonight, or wait till tomorrow? What? 225? What's that? Missing it. But yeah, so maybe next time I can pick up where I left off with the CO2. I just don't really want to keep you guys. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes and it's 8:30. Yeah, I don't want to keep you guys all night. Y'all quit watching me, getting bored. It's people that are trying to watch it, on a whim. Oh, 225. There you go. 226 is as of right now. I was trying to figure out what you're talking about. But yeah, I usually do it when I come into the shop, like tomorrow afternoon when I get off work. I come in here, I'll change it. But yeah, it's 226 today. So it's getting close, guys. It is getting really close. The folks at work are getting a little antsy too, because there's a lot of stuff at work that I know how to do and I have access to and the passwords to and all that kind of stuff. And other people don't. So I'm having to offload a bunch of that stuff. Well, you skipping breakfast, Chris? But yeah, but other than that, guys, let me know if there's ever any materials. Like I said, this is one of those things that this material, like I said, it's not cheap, but by all means, guys, I mean, this is a pretty cool patch, and you can heat, because I saw Emily do it over at Wild Willow. I saw a couple of other people that have channels that do hats, because I've been researching that a little bit lately, because I want to get into where I can do that. Also, my daughter's band. Their colors are red, white, and blue. We've got a couple of high schools here in town that their colors are red, white, and blue. And so by having this material and this ability, I can make hats and stuff like that for them, little patches and stuff for so on. And of course, y'all know why I wanted this black, silver, and orange. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out. So, but yeah, I just got to get a chance to get the file set up and do it. I'll probably end up doing this one, the Clack Shack logo. We'll probably use that one on the CO2 because I've already got a layered Clack Shack logo in my Lightburn libraries. So, but all together, I think it went well. It turned out pretty well. So, let's see. Air knife. Yeah, I guess that's what they call that, isn't it? But I'm gonna have to build me one. I gotta get me a 3D printed file built. It'll be pretty awesome. I got plenty of the hose and stuff. I've actually got, like, right here. You can see. That goes to my shop air. That's where a lot of times when I'm testing machines, if I want to use shop air with them, I can plug in right there. So I've got that over there. I just need to get a piece of hose and run down to the F1 Ultra, and I can hook that up. Or I could just grab one of these pumps. I've got a few air pumps that I could hook up to. So let's see what else we got. Anybody else? Questions, comments, concerns? If not, guys, I guess we're going to call it a night. Need to get in the house. It's starting to cool off in here a little bit. It's down to 62.6 there, Steve. So, but yeah. Bespokes is saying that the material works good on the Hurricane. I think it's apparently they designed it so that it'll actually work with diodes, blue diodes as well. Like I said, we tried it with the blue diode tonight. I've got CO2 machines and I've got the Omni, of course. So I can, we can test. I've got plenty of the material. I don't want to burn all of it up doing testing. But with the Omni, we could actually do some really small test projects. So yeah, but I want to keep enough of it to be able to make myself a couple of hats next week or two. I've still got to I've got to master that guy. It's a V4 hat press. It's got the 3 different adapters for the hat or whatever. But some folks say that I need to make some changes to it. I don't know. We'll see. It done pretty good on the one little hat that I did, but not all hats are the same size. So that's what we're dealing with. But anyway, guys, if you hadn't already, hit the button, subscribe, follow, like, share, all that good stuff. And also go check out Steve's channel if you're not already. And we will hopefully be back to do some more testing with this material the next, I don't know, week. Maybe that's what we'll do this week. We'll just test material every day this week. But anyway, appreciate you coming. Thanks for stopping by. And till next time, be safe and have a good day. Later. Hey, Callie.